start with some seated grounding. So a seat that feels comfortable. You might sit up on something, or you might be right on the ground. Even if you're a few stories up, you might still feel yourself connected to the ground. So take your hands to your waist and just find that waist. And fingers forward, thumb back, and use the hands to just kind of press downward, down in toward the ground, in toward your cushion, or down into the floor. Taking a couple breaths to arrive with this sense of downward moving energy from your waistline down through the hips, into the legs. You might place your hands on your legs and press down with your palms, or if it feels nice to keep them at the waist, you can do so. Using your breath also to bring you into ground, moving the hands, if you're on your legs, down into your calves. Maybe touching a foot or two. And then bring your hands to your low back and see if you can swoop your fingers downward so that the low back gets some length and some space. Touching into your sacrum in the back. Arrow pointing down, the shape of an arrow. So let that sense of arrowhead pointing down to the ground. Palms, hands dropping toward the earth. Maybe your fingertips can touch the earth, or even your palms. Let your shoulders drape like a cape down the arms, down the fingers. Let your breath flow into that grounded space. And maybe there's an opportunity even to let go a little bit more. Hearing the quiet that might be around you. And then we'll take our hands to our rib cage, the sides of our ribs, fingers facing in toward the front body and thumbs kind of arrow pointing up toward the sky. So you're still focusing on the groundedness, but now you're also giving the chest a little lift off the waist. So lower body is moving down, upper body is rising up. So you're getting this sense of moving downward and upward at the same time, creating more length for yourself. Starting with the ribs and the torso, waistline up. If the touch helps, then use it. Kind of a fluffing, but it's sort of a grounded fluffing upward. You might touch the back of your heart, inviting it to lift and be open. And gentle fingers to the front of the heart, like a really, really soft touch. Almost magically inviting the heart to soften and open and fluff. And then hands to the shoulders and let those shoulders circle. Maybe your neck moves and your face a little bit. Letting your elbows circle. Really building a little bit of energy through your body, this groundedness and this rising. And let your arms break free and backstroke and move. You might swirl around you. Let it be a creative process for you. Creative energy can really create more space. And let's flow forward and back, kind of cat and cow sitting. Use the arms. So inhale, reach the arms back, open the chest. Exhale, maybe even hugging around the body, rounding back. A few rounds like this in your timing, finding your breath. Finding this magical movement. Couple more rounds, maybe getting creative with the movement. Don't have to follow what I'm saying ever. And then meet me with the backs of the hands on the thighs, palms up. So the backs of the hands remind the lower body to ground. The palms remind the energy to rise and the heart to open. The palms are soft. And then we'll circle the head and neck. And you may not be able to go in a whole circle. If you can, that's great. If you can't, just semicircle, but we're getting the neck moving and feeling the connection of the neck to the shoulders. If the shoulders want to spontaneously come along for the dance, they can. Circle in both directions if you haven't already. See if you can find a way for the throat to open. And notice how the head might influence the rest of the body, the spine, the shoulders, the torso, the low body. Let's meet with the left ear toward the left shoulder. And swoop your left arm out and touching that right ear. Walk your fingertips away from your body along the mat or just hovering above the mat. And circle that right shoulder out. And breathe. And meet me with the back of the hand to the back of the heart. And see if you can connect now fingertips, left fingertips, right fingertips. Left elbow is up, right elbow is down. Shoulders are dropping. Chest is beaming open by the touch of the hands at the back of the heart. Beaming the heart forward. You can take a little cow shape, the arch of the back. The lift of the eyes, the open of the throat. Take a breath, inhale. And release and circle those shoulders, elbows, fingers, wrists, palms. And swoop the arms high, inhale. Interlace the fingers, palms to the sky, shoulders drop. They find the earth like the outer hips do. And the belly and the heart find the float and the rise. Take a breath here. And then left hand comes down, right hand finds the left ear, right ear toward right shoulder, circle for that left shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, a nice stretch for the side neck. Meet me with the back of the hand at the back of the heart and let your fingertips either meet or pretend to meet, or you could use a strap between them. Right elbow high, left elbow low, shoulders dropping, chest is floating. Find your breath. Find your sense of ground, as well as the heart beating forward a little bit. Let the chest lift, the chin lift, the eyes lift. Take a breath in. And release, and take the backs of the hands to the back of the head, and chin tucks toward chest. The chest lifts toward the chin. The back of the neck opens. The spine is still long. Find your stillness within movement. Find an opening for the back of the neck. And then hands melt down the neck toward the front of the neck, and the fingertips just touch from the chin down the neck and down into the chest. The touch this time to the heart is a little more intensive, a little more pawing like a cat. And then we circle the belly. Let the elbows circle. And then we find our way to all fours, tabletop position. And each leg lengthens out, one and then the other, opening the back of the knee, each foot, each leg, each toe spreads, each sole of foot spreads. Keep it moving. Find your gaze moving side to side as well. And let's meet with that right leg back and find the ball of the right foot and bounce the right heel back behind you. If stillness is better and just a simple stretch for the Achilles and the sole of the foot is better, you would do that. But let the bounce kind of find a nice breath inside your body, inside your heart. And then float that right leg up into space and launch your left arm forward and circle out your wrist and ankle. And circle in both directions. Draw your belly in and lift the arm and leg. Find a little buoyancy for yourself. Inhale. Maybe you look up a little bit. And then exhale, squeeze in, round in, elbow toward knee. Tuck your chin. Inhale, arm and leg lift. Straighten, reach. Exhale, round in. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Rise. And exhale, round. And last one, reach, rise. This time, bend your right knee and reach back with your left hand towards your right foot. See if you can make contact. Lift your thigh, open your chest. Breathe some gratitude into the heart space. Inhale, just for breathing for you. And then exhale, lengthen the arm and leg. And left hand comes down, right foot comes down. Right arm flows to the sky, lean back, open up, open that chest. Open, spread your wings, arms wide. Let the head fall back gently if it feels okay for you. And then take a big wide windmill circle with the right arm all the way around the body. Follow it with your eyes. Find your breath. Celebrate that you are alive today. Circle in the other direction. Meet me with the right arm over the right ear in your timing. Spread the whole right side body super long, opening waist and spaces between ribs. Lift your right hip a little higher. Float your right leg up into space and bend your right knee, reach back for your foot or ankle. Open the chest, open the belly. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale. And exhale, let's release and come on out and move that spine around. Either cats and cows or just your own wild movement, circles, whatever feels good. Hips, shoulders, head, all of it gets to move. And let's just take a quick child pose between sides. So feet together, knees wide, set your hips back, open the armpits, let your forehead drop down. And just breathe from fingertips back through hips. Roll the inner elbows up toward the ceiling, away from one another. And come on forward, back to tabletop, your timing. Left leg lengthens back and we bounce. Bounce it out or just find stillness. Either way is great. I love the bounce because it just creates a little bit of fluff inside my body, a little bit more space. Floating the left leg up into space and reaching the right arm forward. Shoulders drop away from ears. Wrist and ankle circle in both directions. Core is supportive for you. Lift the arm and leg a little higher. Lift the gaze a little higher. Inhale. And then exhale, elbow to knee, round in. Tuck the chin, open the back body. Inhale, lift and rise. Exhale, round and squeeze. Inhale, reach, lift. Exhale, round. Find your space. Inhale, reach, lift. Exhale, round, squeeze. Last one, lifting it, opening it up. And then bend the left knee and reach back with your right hand toward the left foot, to the left foot. Fake it till you make it. Launch your left leg up, shoulders drop, heart opens, shoulder blades squeeze. Where are your eyes looking? Take a breath. Find the fullness of this moment. And then reach out long, arm and leg. Right hand down, left foot down, left arm flows to the sky, and we lean back and open up. Rise out of the earth, fall into the earth, open and melt your heart. Maybe drop your head back and circle the left arm all the way around your body. Celebration, breath, life, kind of your magic wand here. Circle in the other direction. Ooh, reaching your left arm over your left ear in your timing and really spending the time to get familiar with your left side from fingertips down through the outer left foot. Arm bones, shoulder, ribs, waistline, outer hip, outer leg, outer foot. If it feels good, float the left leg up into space. And if it feels good, reach back and take hold of the foot with the left hand and really spread the chest open, spread the belly, spread the thigh. Take a breath, inhale. And exhale, we'll unwind, moving it around. Maybe a circle out for each wrist or a shake. Dropping back again into a child pose just because we want a little more grounding and a little more space today. We need it, we deserve it. Come out of the maelstrom and into the calm in the center of the storm. Let go a little more. Know that it is your birthright to rest. Come on up and rise your way into down dog and see if you can find a grounding and a resting in each moment of the practice. Even if you're working hard or efforting, can you make it easy, even in the midst of the work? Bend one knee and then the other. Just ease out your hips. Let your head be easeful. Those palms wide open. The shoulders drop up toward the hips drop up toward the sky. The belly pulls up and back. The thighs pull back and up. And the chest draws back toward the thighs. Paw out each arm and hand. Really pendiculating, spreading open like a cat would do. Feet together. Lift your kneecaps up toward the hip creases. And then launch your right leg up to the sky and stack your right hip over your left, bend your knee, roll your hip open, pressing your right foot toward your left shoulder. Take a little circle out for that right knee if it feels good in your body. Circling in both directions, whatever feels right. Launching your right leg super high to the sky. Pull back through each heel, press forward through each palm. Inhale. And exhale, round in, squeeze in knee to nose. And step your right foot forward and stay on the ball of the left foot. Today, we'll reach back, interlace the fingers, draw the shoulders away from the ears. The belly is almost just floating right off that right thigh. Find your energy and then gently dip your left knee down and lift your chest up, vertical. Lift your heart up, back bend, shoulders drop, chest opens to the sky. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Inhale. Maybe you can look up. And then exhale. Hands come down and lift that left knee back up again. Left hand stays where it is, maybe on a block. Right hand, right thumb pulls your outer right hip back and then floats right up to the sky as you twist. Turn, look back behind you. What has been this year? What do you want to celebrate? What do you want to remember? What do you want to take with you? What do you want to leave behind? So let's take a moment to just leave something behind there, swoosh it away, and then unwind and straighten both legs and pull back into a pyramid pose. Beautiful shape for a boundary, really, a natural boundary here. The legs are powerful, the spine is powerful. You could lift the 5 toes off of the right foot to stretch even more through the back line of the right leg. We'll take one more breath. Inhale. And then exhale, we'll step back strong, high plank, pausing there. Feel your strength. Feel your length. Feel your core and feel all of you here. Take a breath in. And exhale, come down gently, knees, chest, chin, wiggle worm shape. Belly down, chest lifts, coming into the Sphinx pose, palms face up, elbows draw back, chest moves forward. You've got this really nice relationship between the elbows and the torso. Palms are up in receiving mode. Collarbones super wide. Breathe into the belly and the chest, open wide. Walk your hands back to maybe where your elbows were and come up a little higher. Straightening the arms, maybe straightening them all the way, maybe not. Elbows squeeze in toward the body. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, press up, high plank. And exhale, draw back, downward facing dog. Breath in. And breath out. Ha. Left leg flows up to the sky. Stack left hip over right, bend knee, roll open. If it feels good for you, take a nice circle out with the left knee. Circling in both directions. Launching that left leg up and back. Pull back through each heel, forward through each palm. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze and round in. Step your left foot forward, stay up off the ground and reach the arms back. Interlace the fingers, switching the clasp. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. The torso is hovering above that left thigh. Feel your strength here. Powerful pose, opening for the chest. And then gently, gently drop the right knee down, nice and slow. Lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the collarbones, lean back, look up, back bend. Big breath here. Inhale. Find the pinnacle of the pose for you. And then bring your hands down to either side of your front leg. Keep the right hand down, straighten your right knee. Left thumb comes to left hip crease, turn toward the left, and launch your left arm up to the sky in your timing. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And again, look back behind you. What has been? Who has been in your life this year that you want to remember? Perhaps who's been in your life this year that you want to forget? Take a breath. Unwind and find your pyramid pose. Straighten both legs, bow your head, surrender. Shake out the head a little bit if it feels nice for you. Lift the 5 toes of the left foot if that feels good. You can tuck a block under the ball of the foot. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Lengthening out the back of that left leg. And we'll step back strong once again. High plank, pausing there. This time chaturanga, low push up. Elbows in close to the body, legs strong. Inhale your version of a back bend, collarbones open, breath in. Exhale, pull back to down dog. Maybe you go through a quick child pose to get there. Anything that feels good in your body is the right way today. Know where to challenge yourself and know where to, give yourself a little slack. End of the year, offering you much more slack, much more space, much more gentleness. Take a breath in. Bend your knees, look forward, spring step, or maybe this time you just crawl up to the front. Reach on out, flat back, inhale, feels good. Exhale, bow in, fold in, hang the head, ragdoll pose. Walk your feet as wide as you like, bend your knees as much as you like. Give yourself lots of permission today. It might feel good to take an opposite hand to opposite elbow and sway a little bit. Shake out that head. Release your jaw if you have not yet today. Now is your moment. You could even stick out your tongue and make a little sound. Take your hands to your hair, the back of your head, and really find that smoothing out for the back of the neck. You could use your palms there. Touch your temples and your jaw. Touch the places that you hold. You know where they are. Even, your teeth or your nose, bridge of your nose, or around your eyes. All the places that need your care, that need your attention, that need your love. Drop your hands gently to the earth. Deflate. Nod your torso, yes. And then sway your torso, no. And then bend your knees and roll your way up to standing. Take your time. When you get there, circle out your shoulders and reach your arms out into a wide T, palms face up. Feet are planted firmly on the earth. Feel your ground. Waistline down supports that. And then waistline up, you rise. Pinkies lift, thumbs drop. Open from your heart space. Open, open, open. Hug the whole world here. And then fingertips drop down, opening the inner wrists. Shoulders drop, chest lifts. Legs are strong, grounding. Fingertips drop the other way, backs of the wrists open. Give a little wiggle to your fingers. And then have a dance through your arms and your wrists and your heart. Maybe your voice comes into it. Bring it into a dance, a little boogie moment, whatever it feels like for you. You could hop, you could skip, you could just find your groove. You could wiggle and shake. You can also swing around you, looking back behind you as you do so, slapping the body. Find stillness in the middle. Find a moment for yourself here. Find some space. Open the palms and find mountain energy. This in itself can really clear the chaos. Simplify. Breath in, breath out. Float the arms to the sky, inhale. Nice and easy. Exhale, fold, swan dive forward and down, bend the knees, let the head bow. Inhale, flat back, feels good. Exhale, step or jump at high plank. You might go through the whole vinyasa or not. We're going to meet in down dog. If you love that up dog, really pause there, take a moment with it. Flow on back, downward facing dog. Right leg flows to the sky, inhale. And let's step straight into warrior two. Right foot steps, left foot spins flat. Reach the arms out and just take a little moment to dance the arms. Dancing the arms really dances the heart. Keep the heart soft, supple. Turn the palms open. And let's reverse the warrior. Inhale. Meet me in side angle lunge, elbow to thigh, left arm over ear. Now that right elbow, you might unweight it a little bit. You might even reach the arm out to parallel the other arm. You could also dip your right hand down deeper to your shin or your block or your floor. Left arm wraps around the back for a half bind. And here we go again. Spin the heart. Take a look back behind you. Year that has been. Breathe into it. Celebrate it. Thank it. Lots of lessons learned. Lots of life lived. Right knee opens toward pinky toe. Take a breath. Stay long. We're going to fly into our half moon to celebrate moving forward into the new year. Right hand steps toward pinky toe. Karate kick that left leg up into space. Even if it's like a slow-mo thing and you're, barely able to get up into it. Here we go. Moving into the new year. Big breath in. And step it on back, warrior two. Rise, rise, rise. Turn your toes in, your heels out. Hip dance, shoulder dance, head dance. Hands to the low back, grounding through the low back, through the backs of the legs. Elbows drawing close toward one another. Collarbones open, breath in. Hinge at the hips, bowing, breath out. Bow down, head down, hips high. Elbows draw in. Surrender. Maybe your head wants to land on a block. That might feel really good. Or maybe it lands to the floor. But just soften a little. Breaths in and out. Notice your head, your neck, your shoulders. Take one more breath. Inhale, exhale. Flat back, reach long. Turn your toes, all 10 toes to face forward. Step your left foot in a little bit. Left hand stays down. Right thumb comes to hip crease and pulls the outer right hip back. Launch your right arm to the sky. We did this moments ago. If you can, flatten that left heel to the ground. Fabulous. If you can't, don't worry about it. One last breath in. And then listen carefully. We're going to step forward, left knee up into chest, finding a little balance moment and shifting it into tree. Left foot comes to right inner thigh. Hands come to the heart. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Can you ground through one foot? So this is really wonderful practice for, when things are chaotic. Can you ground through one foot? Can you flow your arms up and blossom open? Still staying grounded. Take a breath in. And then both feet come to the ground, reach on up and draw the hands through the heart and to mountain pose by your sides or stay at the heart. Find your space, find your moment. Find that simple energy. Flow the arms high, breath in. Swan dive down, breath out. Ha. Reach out long, flat back, inhale. Step or jump, find your way to down dog. Maybe it's through the full vinyasa, maybe not. Work with the breath. Left leg flows to the sky. When you're ready, inhale. And we'll step warrior two. Left foot steps, right foot spins flat. Have a little dance through those arms. Laser beam them wide. Turn your palms open in reverse. Left knee opening toward pinky toe. Exhale, left elbow to left thigh. Right arm reaching over ear. And wrap your heart palm around your back if you can, so that you can gaze back behind you. So that you can once again kind of look back on what has been. Spinning, spinning. Left knee moving open toward pinky toe. Breathing into the shape. We're going to spring forward into the new year with a half moon. So left hand steps forward, maybe with your block. Karate kick your right leg up into space and open wide. Big starburst of energy. Inhale. And let's step it back and come on up to standing. Turn your toes in, your heels out. Have a little dance, hips, spine, shoulders, head. Interlace your hands behind you at your low back this time. Drop your chest, drop your shoulders, lift your chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold, hinge, bow. And if you can keep your hands clasped, that's great. If you can't, don't worry. Rise the arms up, maybe reach them overhead toward in front of you. Find your deepest breath yet. Maybe you shake out your head a little bit or move your shoulders a little bit. Release the hands to the ground, flat back, inhale. Really find that length and that space. Walk your hands around to the front and step your back toes in a little bit, all 10 toes facing forward. Right hand stays down, left hand comes to the hip crease to pull it back and to help you spin toward the left. Left arm eventually flows up to the sky. Breathing big. Nod your head yes. Last breath. We're going to take our flight. So left foot stays firm and right knee comes up into the chest. Maybe it's a step, all good. Feel your balance potential here. And then right foot comes to inner left thigh and foot presses into leg, leg presses into foot. And find your balance and notice what you learned about balance this year. Honoring that, what you'd like to bring in with balance into the new year. Blossom it so that it really comes in here. Take a breath in and out. Standing firm on 2 feet when you're ready. Reaching up, coming through the heart, maybe straight the middle of the head and the face, the heart. Clearing any confusion. Hands come down for mountain. Find your moment of stillness within movement, movement within stillness. What can you let go of? Flow the arms high, gather it in. And let it all go, swan dive down. Lift and lengthen, flat back, reach, long, long, long. Step or jump, finding your way to down dog. Maybe through the whole vinyasa, maybe not. Linger where you wish to linger. And then float your right leg up to the sky. And let's step into pigeon, right foot steps to left wrist. Dip your hips down, lift yourself up through the heart. Hands come to that front leg, front thigh. Back knee, if you can, is centered on the mat. 5 toes of left foot on mat. Open your heart here. Take a moment. This is the proud moment. The heart is opening because you are proud of yourself or of something in your life or someone. Take the moment to acknowledge. And then let it melt. Let it surrender. Fold in. Make some sound through the mouth. Open the mouth. Release the jaw. Let your head have a little gentle movement through the neck, and again, recommit to jaw release. Where in your body can you soften and let go? Last few breaths. Let's easily rise. Keep the right knee bent and spin so you face the side of your mat. Left leg is long out to the side. Right knee is bent. And just take a moment to be upright. And we'll just take some little turns right and left. So just little gentle turns. Let your head move with. Let your jaw relax. Maybe your head nods a little, yes or no. Meet me with the left hand to the outside of the right bent knee. Shoulders drop, heart is lifting. Ground into the left leg. So find your ground through the extended left leg and spin. And lift the heart and spin. Inhale, we lengthen, and exhale, we twist. Gazing back behind you. Right shoulder is open. Now take your gaze from the right and tuck your chin and gaze left. And keep spinning to the right. Stay grounded through these legs. Alive through the legs. Take one more breath. And we're going to unwind back to center and draw the feet, soles of feet together. And walk your feet out so it's more of a diamond shape than a tight triangle. And elbows are going to come to those inner knees, inner thighs, and you're going to lengthen out over your feet, over your legs. Now you choose whether it's a rounded or a flat. I recommend the flat back, but if rounded is your choice, stick with it. Look into your feet and just honor those feet that have walked numerous miles this year. Thank them for all the adventures and invite them into the next year. One more breath, inhale. One more release into the exhale, just surrendering. And then rise, 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 hands to the outside of those feet, of those knees, and draw the knees in and just hug yourself in and fold in and bow again one more time, just turning into yourself, taking some space just for you. Breathing into the back of the body. Let the head shake out a little bit. And then we'll find our way back to down dog. Just find your way, whatever way that is, back to downward facing dog. And just feel into the fullness of that shape. Opening the armpits, opening the arms, the legs, the core, the head is hanging. Left leg flows up to the sky, inhale. And we'll step left foot to right wrist and dip your hips. Center of right kneecap is on the ground, 5 toes. Hands to that front leg for some extra grounding. And the invitation to open your heart towards something you are proud of this year, someone you might be proud of. Get some length in there. And when you feel ready, when you've really taken the moment to sort of remember, then you can let it go with a fold, a bow. Any supports that feel good are welcome. And just soften into that pride and let it just sort of melt so that it resurfaces in all kinds of other ways. What can you let go of now? Breathe a little bigger into the back of your body. Maybe make some sound through your mouth, a little softening for the jaw. We're going to keep the left knee bent and reach the right leg out to the side. And come alive through those feet and alive through your spine. And just some easy movements side to side. Let your hands, your fingers do the walking. Side to side, let your gaze go gently, don't get dizzy. We're going to meet with the right hand to the outside of the left leg. There's no rush to get there. And find your way into the twist. Again, no rush. Take your time. Find your space. Find your length and find your release into the twist. Find the left shoulder opening. So there's a little bit of energy and effort going on through the shoulder girdle here, through the chest. The heart gets opened. The gaze goes back behind you. And then when you're ready, the chin tucks and the gaze goes to the right. We stay anchored through the right leg. Feel your ground through your pelvis, waistline down. Take another breath. Inhale. Feel the cherry on top moment. And then unwind out of it. Your timing. Feet come together. Hands come back behind you this time for a little, you could even lift your hips a little bit if it feels good. Just open your chest to the sky. And then once again, we'll bow. Take all the space and time you need. Elbows, inner elbows, guiding those inner thighs open. You could, if you needed, have blocks to outsides of hips. Totally, totally great. Let your jaw release. Let your head hang. Find your way to rounding your spine this time. And just let something go that you're ready to release from this year. You don't need it anymore. Rise your way on up. Hands come to the outer legs and draw the knees in and hug in. Let your worries go, hug in, and just send some love to your whole being, bowing your head. And as you're ready, rolling onto your back. We'll take an inversion. So lift the legs up to the sky. And if it feels good, you can take a shoulder stand if that's in your practice. If you're not in the mood for that or not ready for that, place a block under your hips and just lift your legs up and just kind of let life drain out of those legs for renewal. You might move the legs around a little bit, or the toes and the ankles, the feet. Keep your heart open here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Let your head roll easy side to side if you're not, if you're in a shoulder stand, but if you're here supported with the block. And you can stay here or hug your knees into your chest or reach back into a plow with the feet back behind you. And as you're ready, there's no rush to get there, but we'll meet with the feet to the ground and we'll be in a bridge pose. Now it could be that restorative bridge with the block underneath you. If it is a restorative bridge, see if you can lift to the next higher level with your block, even the highest level if it's possible. And we'll just take like a tiny little windshield wiper of the legs side to side with the block. If you're not on the block, just find a standard bridge. Find a place of stillness. If you're on the block, straighten your right leg out. Keep your left foot on the ground. You can reach your right arm in opposition. And stay with it until you're ready to switch sides. Right foot comes to the ground, left leg lengthens. No rush, your own pacing. Opening the belly a little bit here. And if it feels good, lengthen both legs out. There's, again, no timing on this that's bad. It's all yours. Arms could reach overhead or by your sides. Breathe open the psoas, the belly. Both feet to the ground. Hands come to the block if you're on it and come on out of the block. And just take some little cats and cows on your back. If you want to bring the arms into it, you can. Elbows wide on the inhale. And then elbows by the ears, by the head on the exhale, rounding. Arching and rounding the back a little bit. Knees draw over to the right for a little twist. Left arm extends out to the left. If you want to deepen the twist a little bit, you can keep your left knee bent and left hand comes to the right foot for a little extra. And actually the right foot moves toward the left hand. And then we'll twist to the other side. So knees over to the left, right arm out to the right. And or you could take hold, right hand to left foot. All good. Any last minute pose that your body wishes for is on offer. So you could take one last back bend. You could just settle in for Shavasana. You could take some core bicycles or otherwise. Listen to your body and just yogi's choice. You could also come into a moment of meditation. So this is your time for the next minute or two, just to close your practice in the way that you wish. And if there's an intention that you want to bring into your rest, so that it's not something you have to think about, but just something that a little seed that you drop to be planted. Imagining the Shavasana that we're coming towards as like the end of the year. It's like it's time to put this year to rest. Just about. There's still some days left, but this is our last practice of the year together. So offering that as an idea. Put this year to rest. And just let yourself rest. Rest because you've put this year to rest. And the seed that you plant is that when we come out of the Shavasana, imagine you're like a birthday baby. It's a new year. And you're going fresh into the year with a new seed planted. And it doesn't mean that it's come to fruition at all. It just means it's planted for the year. So finding your way toward Shavasana at this time, finding your way toward putting this year to rest. All of its joys and sorrows and celebrations and movements and injuries and wonderful blessings and losses. And just let go, let it go, put it to rest. And we'll be with that rest for a few minutes. And I will hold the time space. So it's your job to just keep on releasing, releasing, releasing into rest, into grounding, into trusting. Staying with your rest, staying with letting go. And beginning to breathe some life into yourself right now. And imagine it's new life, like imagine it's the new year. It's not quite yet, but feel into that seed that you want to plant. Maybe plant it in your belly button or your heart or your mouth or your eyes, or where would you plant your seed? Doesn't even have to be in your own being or body. Could be an energetic planting as well. And just breathe some life into that seed. And that's all you're doing, just breathing the breath of life into the seeds that are to come for the year. And give a little wiggle to the fingers and toes and let your head move side to side and just really find your way to life, coming up to seated in your own timing. You've laid the last year to rest. You are rising into a new year, into a new iteration, maybe just a little shift, maybe a big shift, maybe no shift, but maybe some new seeds. Find your seat and find your ground. Find your hands to your waist again and just remind yourself to ground. Connecting with the earth every day, bonding with the earth daily. Great seed. And then draw your hands to your ribs and feel that rise into the space around you. Still staying grounded. And then lift the hands to the heart, or if there's another part of your body you'd like to touch, and honoring your seed that you might be planting. Honoring the year to come for all its joys and sorrows, its growth, its expansion, its contractions. Honoring the flow of life. Lifting your hands now to your third eye center. And really rising, really finding your lightness. Stay grounded, find your light, find your divinity. And the way to do that is to know that everything is divine all around you, including yourself. And we'll bow to all of that from here. Namaste.